How's it going? My name is Michael, and I want to welcome you as we continue to explore the topic of apologetics. Whether you're a believer looking to deepen your understanding, a skeptic searching for answers, or just someone who loves a good intellectual challenge, you're in the right place. Once a month, I want to journey with you and unpack some of the common objections to faith. Now, as always, I want to be clear. Apologetics isn't about winning arguments. It's about discovering truth, loving others through our answers, and growing in a deeper understanding of why we believe what we believe. Far too many apprentices of Jesus are unprepared for tough conversations about what they claim to put their trust in. So we're trying to change that one conversation at a time. This month, I want to explore the topic of miracles, specifically the claim that miracles are scientifically impossible. Now, let's be honest. For many people today, that's the assumption. We live in a world shaped by science. We trust it. We rely on it. We've seen what it can do. And somewhere along the way, many people have come to believe that science hasn't just explained the world, it's ruled out God acting within it. And so miracles, they're seen as outdated, pre-scientific, even irrational. But is that actually what science tells us? Let's talk about it. And let's start by answering the question, what is a miracle? At its simplest, a miracle is the intervention of God into the natural order. And if you think about it, miracles are central to Christianity, the incarnation, the resurrection. Remove miracles and you don't just lose a few stories within the Bible, you lose the story of the Bible. And so the stakes, they're high. But what if the claim that science disproves miracles isn't actually a scientific conclusion, but a philosophical assumption? One of my favorite pastors and thinkers, Timothy Keller, in his book, The Reason for God, points out that science, by its very nature, is designed to study natural causes. It asks questions like, what can we observe? What can we repeat? That means science is limited to the natural world. It can't test for something beyond nature, not because that thing doesn't exist, but because it's outside of its scope. So know that when someone says science has proven miracles don't happen, what they're really saying is, we've decided in advance that only natural causes are allowed. That's not science speaking, that's a worldview speaking. Can science prove that no supernatural cause exists? The answer is no. There's no experiment you could run, no equation you could solve that would demonstrate that God cannot act. The brilliant Alvin Plantinga gives us one of the most helpful insights on the topic. He writes, to suggest the very practice of science requires that one rejects the idea of God raising someone from the dead is like the drunk who insisted on looking for his lost car keys only under the streetlight on the grounds that the light was better there. In fact, it would go the drunk one better. It would insist that because the keys would be hard to find in the dark, they must be under the light. It's a funny analogy, but it contains a lot of truth. And if you missed what Plantinga was getting at, here's the gist. He's saying just because science can only see natural causes doesn't mean those are the only causes that exist. It just means that's where the light is. Now, let's take this conversation one step further. There's often a hidden assumption behind the statement, miracles can't happen. And it's this, that there is no God. Because if God exists, if there is a creator who brought everything into existence from nothing, then miracles aren't really a problem. They're actually quite reasonable, logical, in fact. Think about it this way. If someone can create the entire universe, space, energy, matter, time, it is really difficult. Like, is it difficult for him to intervene within it? To heal a body, to calm a storm, to raise the dead? Now, let me be clear. This doesn't mean every miracle claim is automatically true. Christianity has never asked people to be gullible. The Bible itself invites investigation, witnesses, and testimony. Christianity isn't about blind faith. My faith certainly isn't built on hopes and dreams. My faith is built on where the evidence and logic have led me. Now, you can believe that reality is closed, that only natural causes exist, that nothing beyond the material world is possible. Or you can remain open to the idea that there is more, that the universe is not a closed system, and that the creator can step into his creation. Both positions require a degree of faith, and both positions are philosophical, not scientific. So, as for the question, are miracles scientifically impossible? Well, as we've said, the answer is no, because science can't disprove them. It's not built to, nor is it meant to. I think the real issue isn't science versus miracles. It's whether we're willing to consider that reality might be bigger than what science alone can measure. Well, until next time, let's keep asking hard questions, thinking deeply, and pursuing truth with humility.